What's going on YouTube? So before we jump into today's video, I have reached the greatest of all time league in NBA 2K22. My record is 61-9, but that's not legit. I probably only really realistically lost 4, maybe 5 games. The other ones just came from me backing out if I was matching up against the same team. This is kind of my results history. You know, kind of ranking up. You see me use the Bucks. The Bucks is actually the best team on the game. I'm gonna tell you guys why a little bit later. You check out this loss I had to the Lakers. I literally lost that game because Klay Thompson missed a wide open layup. This Kings guy, this Nicky Glow, is the worst player I have ever played against in my life. Literally no skill, and the sad part is the strategy that he was using probably beats a lot of people, but he didn't take out any of his starters. I can't never respect that. But looking at this Bucks 76ers game, that was one of the best games. I could not stop Kareem. I wish I was bringing you guys that particular gameplay. That's how good the game was, but I mean, I happened to edge that one out. As you can look here, here's all the trophies. The only one I have not done is the greatest of all time, and that's just because we're going into 2K23, which I don't plan on getting at all. So here's what it is. You can kind of see the rankings. I was ranked like 30 something, but for some reason, once I got in the greatest of all time, as you see the guy first, we both ranked 4,000 for some reason. Monthly, again, I was ranked higher, and then once I got into the new league, it kind of did that. The overall rankings really don't matter, and I'm going to show you guys why. It's like, so if you see my record, I have a pretty good record, but the game only cares about win percentage. As you see, this guy's 3-0, and he's ranked 39, or this guy is 6-0, he's ranked 11,000. So the game doesn't really take into consideration games played or anything like that. It's just strictly looking at win percentage. But that is what it is. I was just happy to reach greatest of all time again, just proving I could do it. I know I could beat it, just don't really care to at this point. But let's jump into today's game. Okay, so going into NBA 2K23. If you need a winning strategy for Tier 1 teams, pick the Milwaukee Bucks. All you have to do to win with the Bucks is put Giannis at center, put Bobby Portis at power forward, Chris Middleton at the 3. Whoever they got at the 2, you can go Allen, you can go Wes Matthews if you want to, but you know, it really doesn't matter there. You put Drew Holiday at the 1. You pick the Bucks playbook. So what the Bucks playbook will allow you to do is kind of do what you used to could do with Houston, which is play 5 out. But instead of doing it with James Harden, now you get to play 5 out with Giannis. All you have to do from there is just post up with Giannis. That's literally all you got to do. There's nobody in the game that they will allow to guard that man one-on-one. If you're big enough to guard him, he can get around you. And if you're quick enough to guard him, he'll just power through you. So I'll give you some examples. Let's say you want to put Joel Embiid on Giannis. It sounds good, but Giannis will literally go around him and still score. You don't post up bigs, you just go around them. And let's say you want to put a really good defender on them like Ben Simmons. Well, you just post up Ben Simmons and score. What this would do, because they're in 5 out, if they try to help from any spot on the floor, you just icon pass that thing out to the open shooter and knock it down. It's literally that simple. It's very, very tough to beat. It's actually the first strategy that I saw beat me when I was using the 16-17 Warriors. And if you've been playing 2K for any capacity of time, y'all would know that last year there was no way in hell you could beat the 16-17 Warriors. There was just no way. The game was very fluid. The movement was very fluid, which allowed people to get blown by more often, which created a lot more shooting opportunities. And I kind of preferred that as opposed to what this game is this year, because this year it's too easy to shoot. And you can't get by anybody. You know, the only people that's really creating separation is guards, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If you taking shots at the dribble, shooting threes off the dribble, step back, fadeaway threes and stuff like that, I'm sorry, that's just trash. That should not happen in a basketball video game. I can understand if you're on fire. You know, if you're on fire, you got the shot creating, sharpshooting takeover, and you make some of them shots, cool. You know, I ain't gonna be too mad at it, but I don't care how open you are on a regular shot, you should not be able to fade away from three-point line. Doing it from mid-range is fine, you know, but not from the three-point line. And then on top of that, this year was so easy to shoot that the average three-point shooters can shoot just as well as the great ones. For example, if I wanted to take a three with Giannis or take a three with Kevin Garnett, it's a pretty good chance I'll knock that three down. That's how easy it was to shoot this year. I don't like that because what happens is instead of forcing them to find a better form of offense, and since you can't blow anybody to create a form of offense, all you have to do is literally sit in the paint. Now, you see here how I can just kind of sit there with Kendrick Perkins and then just kind of load up on Giannis and get back to the three-point line? Like, that's me trying to play some form of defense. You know, I have Kevin Garnett, and if you know the history of the game, this was the year that Kevin Garnett won Defensive Player of the Year with Boston. So, I mean, I'm fine letting him guard Giannis one-on-one. I don't feel like I'm giving up much because his defensive badges would allow me to get away with it. But, like I said, going into 2K23, if you need a winning strategy for Tier 1 teams, pick the Bucks, put Giannis at center, play 5 out. That's all you got to do. It's literally so hard to beat. For one, on the defensive end, all you got to do is sit on Giannis and just be everywhere the ball is. You know, show where you need to show at, but always be wherever the ball is, and you will be able to rebound, get out on the break, get transition threes, all that. So, there goes strategy. In today's video, I'm using the 08 championship Boston Celtics, which is one of my favorite championship teams, obviously because my second all-time favorite player, Ray Allen, is on there. And I was happy for him to win his first championship. I also was happy for Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce to win their first championship. So, the one thing about Boston, I did not really know how to use Paul Pierce. I feel like his shot is too slow. And like I said, without them allowing you to blow by people, I didn't really know how I can create offense with them, but you know, I figured what the hell, I'll try to make it work. Because I had been playing so well with all these different teams, I just told myself I'd try to make it work. So, going into 2K23, right? I do not plan on getting the game, but I'm not going to say I'm not going to get it. If things with my business move the way I need it to move within the next few months, there's a good chance I would now have the downtime to focus back on 2K, and I can do more with it than what I was doing before. Alright, that means I can kind of take this YouTube thing a little bit more seriously, give you guys better content, better videos, and just kind of go from there. But from what I've heard about 2K23, to be honest with you guys, I haven't heard nothing I ain't heard over the years, man, that they put all these different things in the game. The game sounds so amazing because it always do. Every year it sounds more and more fun to play. But by the time you really start playing, I kind of know what it is, man. It's going to be the same thing. It's always just going to be 2K. Alright, the servers are still going to be what the servers is. People are going to find the meta, that's the only thing about sports video games. I really wish those YouTubers would shut up and play. Right? What I'm saying is, I don't mind them having a build. I don't mind them sharing their build with the community. What I have a problem with is when they come out with best jump shot and best build for this position type videos. Like, To me, that ruins the game. It ruins the creativity of other people. Some people literally will create a build just because their favorite YouTuber told them to do so. And then when they be trash with it, they want to blame the YouTuber. Well, if you had been original and created what you wanted to create in the first place, you know you wouldn't have nobody to blame. Alright, getting good at 2K at this day and age is just not hard. Like, so if you're young playing 2K, you're gonna get better over the years, just like everybody old got better over the years. Alright? It comes from being good at the game and then understanding basketball, which comes with age. You know, the older you get, the more knowledge you get about the game, and the sharper your stick skills get because you're playing it year after year after year. You start to remember things from other games, right? And you take that knowledge and experience and it will enhance you to become a better 2K player. But let's be honest, not everybody is playing 2K to try to be this competitive comp player. Some people are literally playing 2K just for the enjoyment of playing with their friends or just having something to do. And that's fine too. One thing 2K needs to do that I don't know if they ever will, is take records out of park and rec. Take it out the park and take it out of rec. And I say this year after year, of course, 2K probably would never listen, but if you take a record out and just have rep, right, to the point where if somebody is trolling the game, it's fine because it's not going to hurt your record at the end of the day, and it's not going to make you look sorrier to potential teammates. Then more people will play with each other, right? I could get in a rec game, and it's more of a chance that I won't quit if I don't feel like it's going to affect something I'm doing down the line. Like me having a good rec record and park record is how I impress potential new teammates to join my team. But if I just had a high rep, you know, that would be fine too. They'd look at my rep and be like, okay, he's somebody that plays the game. You know, he's repped up to this level. You know, I'll give him a chance to play with him. I don't need a record for that. You know, all I gotta do is tell somebody how I like to play. You know, we go from there. What I'm hearing also from, you know, YouTubers and just the 2K community in general is a lot of people are going to be upset with this year's game. It seems more skill-based, right? Meaning a lot of things that you could cheese your way with this particular 2K, it doesn't sound like you're going to be able to do that on the next one. It sounds like it's very close to NBA 2K21 current gen, where nobody can shoot. The only problem I had with nobody being able to shoot that well was the Zens. You know, everybody had those modded controllers, which shot for them, so it didn't really matter what build you made. But because I know that's not going to be a thing on next gen, I ain't gonna lie, going back to that style to where you have to create a player and he's not an expert in every category, but he's an expert in maybe two categories and you just gotta make the rest work. Sounds like a game I actually could get behind. It's just unfortunate that I won't be playing it. Just, very unfortunate. But like I said, if things go well, especially if I get so bored waiting and the game actually does look like something fun, then it's a good chance that I will go ahead, download the game and start grinding in my career. You know, doing all those necessary things to try to be good at the game. After kind of playing online games though, I will be completely honest with you guys, I don't know how dedicated I'm going to be to grinding 2K from here on out. And that's only because, like, I think this has become a little bit more fun in my opinion when I don't have to depend on teammates. It's just a function of my skill versus the next person. It's the ability to use basketball knowledge and the components that the AI already have established to try to come out victorious in a game, which I tell that people all the time. I tell my teammates, I tell other teams, like, if I had 5 me's playing, I would never lose. You know, or if I had these certain teammates or my teammates did these certain things, I would never lose. Now, the truth of the matter is, eventually, yes, there's a good chance that I would lose, but my win percentage would be extremely high. You know, if I can get all 5 of my teammates to play as well as me, I ain't gonna lie, there's very few teams that actually could beat me, and you would have to play a perfect game to beat me. There's no way. We'll be too good at passing, too good at shooting, and too good at defense, which is all the things I do. So, with that being said, if you are somebody that likes to play online, so depending on what the tier 2 teams are, if Dallas is still a tier 2 team, which I don't believe they will be, I believe they'll move up to tier 1, but if you need a tier 2 team, Dallas is pretty good. Chicago is like really good. If you're tier 3, I'm gonna be honest with you, tier 3 really does not get fun until you kind of get to some of those old school teams. But I like OKC. Portland is a big one because Dame is on there, and he's probably gonna be the best player on the floor every game you play tier 3. But that's about it. I mean, if you can stick to those teams to help you rank up, you do pretty well. One thing I want to discuss when 2K23 comes, because I still will upload videos, I just won't be actively playing the game, but I still like to share my opinion because it's my channel. That's what I want to do. When 2K23 comes, I do want to know why people pick the builds that they pick. You know, why do you do that? Why would you make the build that you want to make? So going into 2K23, if you plan on playing that, just let me know in the comments what build you plan on making and why you plan to make it. Is it for a team? Is it for individual? Do you really believe it's the best build? Just let me know why. Anyway, I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos. It's been lethal. My opponent has had enough. So I'll see y'all in 2K23. I'm out.